Hi, everybody. This reading is for Taurus, March 2020. My name is Barda from Intuitive Tarot Readings by Barda on Facebook. If you are a YouTube watcher, this is aired live on Facebook first, and then it will be stuck up on YouTube. If you are interested in interacting live with me while I'm doing this, then go ahead and come on over to the group, click like, and then you'll be able to interact. A lot of people know too that once I get going on the reading, sometimes the camera's kind of off almost to my back here, so I can't see everybody that's on all the time. So do forgive me if you do say something and I don't get to you right off. Also, I have my business site, Lolita's Lovely Ladies, on Facebook. Feel free to go ahead and go over there and go like it. A lot of times, I also do live intuitive tarot reading, which is where we'll just get a whole group of us together and I'll go live and you can ask general questions. And then if you end up wanting a reading later, then just go ahead and contact me through Lolita. So that is the fastest way. Just drop me a message and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. All right, this is for Taurus, March monthly. What's coming up for Taurus? You know, I was sitting here pondering and thinking and clearing my cards. And I just had a real peaceful feeling come over me. I'm not sure why. You know, I mean, that's great that I had a peaceful feeling, but I was thinking about Taurus when this was happening. And I just feel kind of just, like a breath of fresh air. Let's find out what's going on with Taurus. And again, when I'm reading, this could be for one group. It could be for multiple groups. I may end up blending the whole thing in, and it ends up being about one group of Taurus. Or it can blend off or break off and end up being about this group of Taurus has got stuff going on with love, example, career, and, you know, whatever else is going on. It could be all of them mixed in together. There are thousands and thousands of Tauruses, so this is a general reading. If you want your own personal reading, then you need to get a hold of me and we can do one-on-one. Again, take what you can from the reading and then just leave the rest. All right, Taurus. And I felt like starting with the tea leaf cards, and I know my lighting's not the best. It's getting nighttime. But you know, it's kind of calming. And peaceful. Now, normally I'll start off branching to figure out which house, the astral houses, you know, whether it's love, marriage, career, whatever it is. But I felt like just pulling from the actual deck itself for some reason. First, let's just see what comes. Taurus. That's way too many. But I am going to take the top one. Leave the rest. That's what I hear. And I do have my own unique way of reading, so a lot of times, you know, I don't necessarily have a uniform way of reading. I go to where I'm drawn and where my spirit guides lead me to grab, like all of a sudden I might be like, oh, okay, I would need to do this, but I might not shuffle them, I might pull them like that. Or I might pull off the bottom of the deck. I have no strict way of reading. I just go with what feels right. All right. Taurus. All right. First one I pulled for Taurus is the horse. It's a short journey is what it says. Let's see where this is going. I'll do the astral houses here in a minute. I got the candle, which is you're going to be shown the way. I got the ladder, which is climbing towards success. I got the scales. Keep your life in balance. And I got the egg. Success assured with good plans and hard work. I always see that one as like the nest egg. All right, now I'm going to fly over before I get into that one. Let's fly over here and find out. Oops, wrong way. Find out which astral house, which area of your life, or which areas of your life this is surrounding. Taurus, March 2020. And again, I'm hearing this could be going on right now. That's what that it could be in the works right now. And that's been going on for a lot of signs. All right, the way I pull these sometimes, you see that one sticking up? Feels right. Wealth. Has to do with your wealth, your cash, your money. And it could even, heard the saying, health is wealth. It could also do with your health. Well, let's see. Let's pull some more. And you have to forgive my voice. I've been doing quite a few readings, so I'm just going to keep plugging through here because I know a lot of people want to see their readings. Taurus. Any other areas of life that Taurus is focusing on or will be focusing on in March 2020? Do they need a heads up about anything? And I hear full. Marriage. Got the marriage card. Now, the marriage does not mean that it's just necessarily somebody who's in a marriage. You could be with somebody, and it could be like a marriage in your head. So this is a Taurus who is either thinking and contemplating about marriage and their wealth, or they're in a union, or they've got it on their mind. Okay, I'm not sure which direction this is going yet, and I feel like it should be pulled again. There's another area of life as well. Cool. Success. Okay, so we got wealth, marriage, and success. There's the success card right there. All right, so Taurus also has a little bit of a mixed bag here. They've got wealth, marriage, and success. Let's see, where else do I feel? And I'll explain these here pretty quickly, but let's get a little bit more information about what's going on and find out if this is just going to be about one group or multiple groups of Taurus. March 2020. Can you explain wealth, marriage, success? The lady. I got the card, the lady. And for some reason, I feel like putting it over top of the horse, which is a short journey for some reason. I'm not sure why yet. Any more cards? Yes. Vulnerable. It says vulnerable. But I also see a baby carriage here. So sometimes I will just take the words out. And what I'm focusing on is that baby carriage. I'm not sure why yet. Could possibly be that there's a Taurus who is expecting a little one, and I just got a card. All right, I see where part of this is going. Part of this reading is going to be about a Taurus who is actually probably expecting a child. You see the word hope, and you see the couple. So this is about a Taurus who is probably hoping for a child, or they're working on having a child. I think there's a child. This is definitely, I hear child. Yeah, there's a child coming into the world. And I don't feel like this is like an older one. Two more cards. The Lovers and the Strength card. I think this is all tying into this one reading. And the way I'm going to have to separate this is I know that, as everybody knows, what's going on in your life, whether it's with love or, and this is looking like there's a child that's probably coming into the world, that will affect your wealth, your success, and your marriage. But it looks to me like this is a couple who are working together. It really, truly does. I mean, it looks like they're working together to make this a success. And like I said, with the baby carriage, I see the baby carriage. That's what I see. I don't see the word vulnerable. A child is vulnerable, but that's not what I'm focusing on. I'm seeing that baby carriage. So that tells me there's a child coming to this world. That's what it feels like. I bet I could back it up here. Let's see. Let's see what other cards we've got here. That feels right. Okay. Climbing towards success. You'll be shown the way. Success assured with good plans and hard work. Keep your life balanced. A short journey. Okay, before I even get into that one, I think I'll check some stuff. I don't think everything's peaches and cream with this child coming into the world. Maybe it's been quite a struggle. And I don't necessarily mean it's between the two people. With this one right here, with the Hope card and the Lovers card in there, it feels to me like this couple is working together. There might have been some short complications of some kind. Maybe more trips to the doctor. I'm guessing. Right now, I'm guessing on this. And then I'll go to the cards and figure out what's going on here. But I don't think this was all peaches and cream for this couple about this child. I think there was some, I think it's been a long journey. And I think that's why I'm getting journey. Well, it's a short journey, but it feels long to me. So 9 months is a very short time for a lot of people. But if you're waiting for a baby, that can be eternity. But I do believe that there was a lot more entailed than just going to the doctor here and there. You know, you have your appointments. I think there had to have been a lot more going on to it. There was a lot more appointments. And I think there was a lot of checking. Either the mother had some health issues that was going on, or something was being watched to make sure that health issues did not go on. I'm not sure exactly what health issue it would be. But whoever it was definitely watching and making sure that this child that was coming into the world was going to be okay. That's what I get. And it felt like forever to them, but I got the word short journey. So it looks to me like everything's going pretty good. And I feel that this instance, and I know there is thousands of Taurus, so this is just going to go out to a small group that have a baby who just came into the world, or the baby is coming into the world soon, possibly in March. The scales are going to be balanced. I think there's been, I wouldn't say overwhelming stress and worrying about it. I mean, but I do think that there has been some extra, you know, like I said, not just going to your, gosh, you'd think I remember how many kids I had, but you have to go to certain doctor's appointments and stuff. But in the meantime, this Taurus has been working on their wealth, marriage, and success. And when you see the words wealth, marriage, and success, this is not just, you know, let's succeed in business. This Taurus is pulling everything together. Everything together. And they're adding an addition. That's what I get. There's an addition. And a lot of times I'll read this as the nest egg. You know, when you see that, instantly that's a nest egg. I'm not looking at the words here. I'm looking at that. But you know what? When a child comes into this world, what's that? That's an egg. That's a new little one. This is for the Tauruses that have a little one coming. Or the baby has just got here. But this is about March. It's been a long journey in their head, but it's actually been short. Short by meaning, 9 months. I don't even think it went to 9 months. No, it did. Yeah, it did. It actually went over a little bit. Okay, what else? That felt right. Let's see. I got the stars. And when I see the stars, a lot of times, no, I'm hearing written in the stars. This is written in the stars. This is something that this group of Taurus has been waiting for. Yeah, I think that's what I'm looking at here. It seemed like forever, but it was actually a short journey for this Taurus. And this child is coming. This new beginning, this child. And climbing towards success. Yeah. Scales are balanced. This person had some struggles. It was kind of rough, I feel, for them. This is a pregnancy. But I think everything's okay with this one. And like I said, small group of Taurus. Anything else that needs to be known about this? Taurus, March 2020. Okay, I've got cards falling. I'll show them here in a minute. It is very highly possible that this child could have also been a cancer child. Yeah, oh, here's mother on the bottom. Scales. And a lot of people who watch me, I do pull from the bottom. If it feels right, it feels right. I think this is just I think this is more geared, and it could be a Taurus father too, watching all this happen. But I think there's a lot of relief that the baby is here, or the baby's going to be here. Everything's going to be okay. I mean, it really is. That's what I'm seeing. It's written in the stars. Everything's going to be okay. And when I see liberation, it's not a liberation for me, for this reading right here. Now, I just heard something else, but for this reading right here, this is just, at the end of your pregnancy, when you have the baby, it's kind of, it's liberating. It really is. It kind of, it separates two beings into, you know, one being, because you were actually the baby and you, and then it separates into two different beings. And it's, I usually would see this as being the moon stuff hidden, or actually a moon. But you see the crab? I'm getting Cancer out of that. This is possibly that this child was possibly of the zodiac sign Cancer. This could have even happened last year. Now doesn't feel right. The baby may not be born until Cancer time. Let's find out here. Anyway, that part's got me thrown. I'll figure it out. Anyway, we've got the mother. So I do know this is the mother who, this is about a mother who actually has the child with the vulnerability, or the baby carriage right here. And again, scales are going to be balanced. This is the second time the scales are going to be balanced. So that's what I'm getting. There's a possibility. No, I don't think this child was last year. I think this is a child coming up. Yes, that feels right. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, anyway, I think there's been a lot of wonderment and even possibly worry around this pregnancy, and maybe even around this child. It looks to me like it's going to turn out quite well. I mean, it's going to be successful. Let's find out why. You know, because that's kind of an unusual one for me. Where is this going with Taurus? Where's this going? Again, yes, I'd have to say this has to do literally with a pregnancy. Do you see the Empress? The Empress is many different meanings, and there's many different signs you can read out of it. But the Empress is the mama. It represents pregnancy. So this is a literal pregnancy, definitely. So I was just talking about, and I'm going to keep piecing it together because I'm missing some. I think it's a lot of anxiety around this pregnancy. I do. And I do want to check and find out if this is actually, if the sign of the child is possibly Cancer, or there is a Cancer person involved in it. This feels more like the child. And I'll revoke what I said earlier. I don't think it has to do with last year. I don't think this child. This is a woman who's actually pregnant. Now. Okay, could you please, is this, now what I'm doing right now, I may not show all the cards. What I'm doing is I'm looking for a yes or no. All right. If I feel drawn to show the cards, if they pop out, then I'll pull them out that way. Is this crab I'm seeing? Is this the sign of Cancer? Is it sign of Cancer? Answer, please. Answer. I'm sorry. I get a kick out of this card every time I see it. This is Libido. So definitely. Libido is not just about, you know, how you fluff up like the peacock, or, you know, watching the snake in the grass. It's not necessarily just about that. It's also about sex. I'd have to say, for this right here, when I was asking if the child was possibly going to be of the Cancer sign, that feels right. Especially with this card. My cards have a lot of humor. Okay, so what I'm looking at here is basically, like I said, wealth, marriage, success. I think this has been, I think this Taurus has been getting themselves ready for this baby that's been coming. And it's quite possible that this is a zodiac sign child of Cancer. Yep. And I think there's been a lot of worry in the head, but this could even possibly be a new mother, one that's not had a child yet. And sometimes, and I can read this two different ways. This could be somebody who is a new mother and they've never had the experience. So they're kind of just, you know, they're kind of worried about it. But they do have a partner or somebody who's there that is supporting them. They truly do. And you got the double scales. Everything's going to come out balanced. Don't worry about it. It's going to be okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that too. All right. Let's just wrap this one up. I'm not sure. Or this could also, the other way I could read this is, this could be a person who is a mom, or you could be watching it from the other side. You could be the Taurus from the other side, watching your partner go through this. It could also be somebody who has, could have multiple children. Give me just a second. I got cards flying, and when they fly, I do pay attention. All right. The tree. So this is definitely family-based to me. This is a building of a family. When you have your family unit right here, it starts out as the roots, and you got to get a firm foundation, and then it blossoms out. This is definitely about somebody who is starting a family. And if you're not starting a family and you've already got children already, this is a mother, or it could be you looking at your partner, looking this over. And maybe there was some kind of issues that you had to take extra trips to the doctor for whatever reason during this pregnancy because there was some kind of worry. From what I'm seeing, it's all going to turn out fine. I'm not seeing any negative here whatsoever. I do see some, intense emotions, but I'm not seeing, with the card success, this is going to turn out well. So even if this mother is not on their first child and they've had multiple, and you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes doctors will say, hey, maybe, you need to be careful and, watch yourself if you're thinking about getting pregnant again. It could have been one of those situations, or there could have been some complications before. But I see nothing bad here whatsoever. None. Just anxiety and extra trip. It looks like you have a firm support group, or you will. You got the strength. And this goes for both units of Taurus. It just looks to me like Taurus is just got babies. Babies are coming. That's what I'm picking up on. And the baby's going to be fine. And so is the mama. It may be a rough road for one group, but it's going to be okay. Where else should I go here? Where else? Okay, so let's go back to the tea leaves. That works for me. I was trying to see if I could pick up on totally distinct, different readings for Taurus, but this is focused on the ones who are either starting a family or they're adding to their family. And it does affect their wealth, their marriage, and success, But it looks good. Very good. Is anything else for Taurus? Woof! Cards are flying. All right, I got the hand. In need of excuse me. I've been doing readings for quite a while. In need of help, assistance, and guidance. Now, to me, this almost looked like, when you come across somebody and they stick their hand up, like, me. That's what I got off that one. I'm going to pull that one over there for just a second. And this is entirely too many. I'm not going to do that many. It almost felt like when I saw the hand, somebody was like, yeah, that's me. I get that. I get that reading. That's what I got. That was kind of cute. That was fun. Taurus. Anything else for Taurus? All right. You got the tortoise, slowly but surely getting ahead. And what we were just talking about, this whole reading is about a mother who is getting ready to have a baby. Possibly this child could be of the Cancer zodiac sign. And yes, I know you can say whether it was on a moon or this could also be something that's hidden or stuff the moon will illuminate, but that's not what I'm seeing here. This actually, I'm focusing on that crab. and that represents Cancer to me. So definitely. And it says written in the stars right there. So, and liberation. That's the way I could read that one too. Liberation. I don't think this child's necessarily leaving. You'll be liberated by this child around the Cancer season. That's what I'm getting. And there's some of you who could be having babies right now, but for some reason, for some of you, y'all is going to have babies right there in the Cancer zodiac season. All right. So slowly but surely getting ahead. So with that one right there, pregnancy is a slow process. But you're getting there. So this is somebody who is just waiting and really wants to get it done. Everything looks good. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not picking up on anything else. It is just basically directed at those Tauruses that are, feels like they're currently pregnant. This is for one small select group. So those of you who have been worried about this, or you have somebody who is a Taurus in your family and possibly pregnant, everything's going to turn out, even if it doesn't seem like it is. And for, like I said, the one group, there will be more trips to the doctor than usual for most pregnancies. But it's, again, end result right here for both readings. You've got double scales. Double scales. It's all going to be okay. It really is. And it's going to feel like you're climbing a ladder. You just have to keep climbing the ladder. But it's all coming out balanced. It really is. All right, I think I'm going to do a closing thought on this because I'm not really feeling, maybe that's because when I first came on, I was feeling extremely peaceful. It's just kind of like, I didn't know why. I was thinking about Taurus, and then all of a sudden, a strange peace came over me. I was just like, wow. And I thought, okay, you're getting tired. No, this was just a peace. So everything's going to turn out okay. So let's do a closing thought for Taurus. This certain group of Taurus, two different groups. It could be two different scenarios. Closing thought. I got the word fog, and I got veiled. But many people who know me, when I pull cards such as this, sometimes the words don't seem like they fit right, and this doesn't feel like it fits right. What I want to do is I want to go like this, take that out, and I want to look at the picture. Do you see the picture? You see the mountains? You see the sun? Sun's coming through those clouds. This is a short journey. Short journey. It's going to feel long. But your sun's coming here pretty soon. Oh, hey, hold on. Normally, I don't know if I'm picking up on one person here. Again, where did they go? I'm going to check something real quick. And this is one of those things, I may not show you the cards on it because I'm looking for a yes or no. Got the message card. Yes or no? I heard sun. Possibility of this child that I am hearing, is it possibly a boy? I hear yes. This is a high chance of this child being a boy. And like I said, it could be a girl too, but I don't know why I heard sun. And it wasn't just because I was looking at the sun. I mean, I heard like a yelling, sun. So, okay, well, whichever sex it is, that, you know what, it's going to turn out great. I want to, let's do another one, because those are those are nice, but I'll do another one of these. I need my positive affirmation cards. Ooh, they're there. Can you give another closing thought for the Tauruses that this reading was for, this group of Taurus? I hear full. Endings and beginnings. The old must be released so that the new can enter. Endings and beginnings. This feels, with this being about a Taurus who either your partner or you are currently pregnant, this is going to end the old you and it's going to begin something new for you. This is all, like it says, about endings and beginnings. You are starting anew. This child is going to bring not just a new situation, but how you view stuff. I see nothing but positive in this. I really, truly do. It sounds wonderful. I mean, it really does. So those of you who are Taurus or watching for a Taurus, it's all going to turn out. And the health stuff on one section with the woman who's carrying the baby, it's all going to turn out okay. And like I said, this is a small group of Taurus. And I don't feel like putting anything else in here. It doesn't feel like it needs anything else. It feels like it is complete. All right, Taurus. So it looks like March is actually, and I keep seeing the sun. I do. It's bright. Very bright. Just keep going. Just keep balance. Everything is going to balance out. Keep your balance. Pretty soon, it looks to me like you're going to have a new one coming into the world. All right. I'm going to wrap this one up for Taurus for tonight, and this is for March 2020. Again, this is for a small select group of Taurus. Let's see who is going to be next here. Libra is next. Excuse me. Libra is next. All right, Taurus. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. And like I said, if this doesn't resonate with you and you're like, hey, that had nothing to do with me, just remember there are thousands and thousands of different zodiac signs. And this one, for whatever reason, needed to end up going to the people, this woman who was pregnant. She needed to hear a message of those two different groups. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I will be talking to you soon.